Calling the Civil Service Commission meeting to order for January 16th, 2024. All commissioners are present except Vice Chair Gilmore, who has an excused absence. I'll now hand it over to Chair Lindsay.
Thank you. So, agenda item 2, minutes from the November 21st, 2023 meeting. Everybody had a chance to review those?
Yes.
Yes. Move approval.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Minutes are approved. Agenda item 3, the chief examiner update.
Good morning, Commissioners. Pleasure to see everyone here. Hope everyone had a good holiday and a good New Year's. I just have a couple of quick items. First, it is time to start thinking about new chair and vice chair roles. We will vote next month on new assignments. Currently, Commissioner Lindsay is our chair and Commissioner Gilmore as the vice chair. So talk amongst yourself and we will have discussion and a vote next month on that, on those roles. The only other thing I have is that also this year we have 2 commissioners whose terms are ending at the end of this year. Commissioner Palmerson, your first term is almost up. 4 years have flown by. And Commissioner Gilmore's term is also up at the end of the year. If you are interested, let me know on continuing. If you're not, also let me know. Other than that, that's all I have this morning.
Agenda item 4A.
Agenda item 4A is classification action. We are presenting 3 job classifications for adoption this month: accounting system administrator, senior environmental analyst, and a training coordinator. We have completed classification studies with accounting environmental programs at their request. The results are the aforementioned new classifications. Management and M&P Bargaining Association concur on these. The training coordinator is a new job classification with the purpose of developing and conducting on-the-job training for employees on the operations and techniques of the work in the specific departments. Management and Local 270 concur on this new job classification. We recommend adoption of these classifications.
I'll make a motion that we accept that.
I'll second.
Any further discussion on the motion? Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Agenda item 4B.
Okay. Agenda item 4B is the rule review presentation. I have handed out quite a lot of stuff for you, Commissioners. One, I've got a copy of the PowerPoint presentation, but it's also up on the screen, and also a very large rule review 2024 packet for you. This is for take home. We will not be going through this entire packet today. This is for you all to read the new draft rules in their entirety, and then each rule redlined, old and new version side by side with changes, so everyone can track sort of what the committee did. I do want to start off.
Gotcha.
Okay. I do want to start off, Brian, if you want to go to the first slide, with a quick introduction of rule review and sort of what we've been doing for the last 20 months. A review of all the rules is required by our rules every 5 years. We pushed it out to 6. We didn't do it until year 6 just because of COVID. It didn't seem appropriate to start that process in the middle of COVID, so we waited. Rule Review Committee is comprised of equal numbers of management and labor representatives. Below you will see a list of all of the folks that spent the last 20 months with us, going over all of these rules. I really want to thank the Rule Review Committee. This was a long process, longer than normal. We did some really good work. We had some very good discussions. We didn't always agree on everything, but I think at the end, we ended up with some significant changes for the betterment of the city. So really wanted to thank the group. A good team effort by all. Next slide, Bree. So the process that we had this time around was really to keep things as organized and to keep us all on task as well as humanly possible. We started out with really just doing a first read of each rule, asking questions, making suggestions, coming back with drafts, final reviews. It certainly took longer than we were expecting, but I think we wanted to get it as right as we could. With that, we reviewed, we discussed, we did more drafts, more committee reviews, and then a sequential final pass to eliminate inconsistencies. The timeline, we started preparing for this in spring of 2021. We had our first committee meeting in February of 2022, and we met about every 3 weeks up until January, well, up until December, really, of 2023. We did add in breaks for holidays, vacations, summertime, really concerned about burnout, which was a struggle we had with the last rule review of losing committee meeting members along the way, just because it took so long, and we just had such a rigid schedule. So December 2023 was our last committee meeting, and here we are, January of 24, with our initial presentation to the commission. Some highlights of the results of this final draft. This is the most significant revision of the civil service rules since 1960, we think. It's hard to go back that far. The structure was we started each rule with section 1, general, to outline the purpose, and then we added a new rule to gather all the probation topics into one place. So you will see that there is an additional rule now. Instead of having probationary language in 7 different rules, we put them all in one place and called it probation. What we really wanted to do with this content was codify the policy interpretations and previous commission rulings, and we repaired the patchwork that had been added over the decades. As you can all see when you read the old rules or the current rules, you can see that sentences were just sort of added on and not incorporated holistically into the rules. We have fixed that in as many places as we could. We also really had the intent of writing in plain languages whenever we could, to make the rules easier to read, easier to interpret. Examples were we eliminated shall in favor of must and will, and replaced he with the singular they. So some of the highlights of the changes: we have shortened the life of open entry eligible lists to 1 year, increased the number of names certified for open entry selection to 15 from 10, clarified all selection rules on the number of passovers allowed, removed performance evaluations from the promotional exam process, merged the rule for voluntary demotions into transfer actions, and added an informal internal review to the complaint process. So what comes next? I have, this is a lot of information to digest. And I'm hoping that we take the next 60 days to read the rules, look at the rules. I have scheduled many commission workshop dates that I will be pushing out to you guys by email later this afternoon, where we can meet in smaller groups, less than 3, so we're not an open public meeting, that allows you all to ask questions of me and staff of just questions, concerns, process, anything that you want to talk about regarding the rules. My hope is that we bring this back up in March for commission discussion and hopefully approval in an open meeting. We will then need to publish these new rules in the City Gazette for 10 days, and then they can take effect. There is quite a bit of change, so we will need to be doing significant training for city employees, hiring managers, and departments as we move forward. And that is rule review in a nutshell. Questions, issues, anything that any commissioner has that they want to talk about?
So with our take-home assignment, are there any highlights you want to hit, just so we can look for what might be interesting and new and exciting?
I would probably start with the right side of your packet. Those are the rules one by one. They really will give you the most information because it'll show all of the places that we made changes. And you get the redlined old version as well. Much more helpful in trying to figure out what's different. I did provide on the left-hand side a full final draft of the new rules as they read, just to be able to have them read. I am just hoping that you'll be thoughtful in looking, and that if you have questions, just know that we're going to meet and discuss, because I think that there's going to be plenty in there to discuss. There's a lot of change in most of the rules. So I don't want to point to one thing in specifically. I think there may be, the removal of the performance evaluations from the promotional process is a pretty big thing. There was a lot of discussion about keeping it and removing it. We'll see how you all like it.
Thank you.
We will, yes. Any questions, commissioners?
About the department heads,
Yes.
you say that you indicated that there may be a period of time, training and so on for the department heads to understand the new rules. You scheduled those yet?
We have a couple of hiring manager trainings already scheduled, yes.
Please make sure that there's a sign-in sheet that the commission can keep as part of the record, so we know which departments have actually gone through the training on the new rules, because this actually is what we have to work by, so that if in fact there's a problem and it comes up before the commission, we can then look at the list and see whether that department actually decided to avail itself of training and understanding of our Bible.
Understood, yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from commissioners? Are there any comments or folks that would like to come up? Mr. Sloan?
Commissioners, my name is Michael Sloan. I'm the interim CIO here for the City of Spokane. I've been a city employee since 2009, transferred in from Yakima County as a IT leader there. I just wanted to comment on this process. It was much needed. I've been here long enough to see two participated in this rule review. And I want to commend not only the participants, both for management and the representatives of the guilds and unions that represent the employees, but I want to call out Kelsey and her team. We've seen a lot of transition in leadership of civil service. But I want to give you a biased perspective of Kelsey and her team. The process was concerning as we started, the challenges that we face as a bureaucratic organization and the challenges that we face in executive leadership here at the city. But the process was excellent. I think it was well managed. I think the team effort, both from those that represent management and bargaining units, as well as the team, is very collaborative. And so I just want to take the opportunity to thank Kelsey and her team. They did an exceptional job, and I just wanted to make sure you understood, from my opinion and that perspective, the experience we've had at the city. So Kelsey and team, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. Anyone else have anything, any comments to make regarding rule review? That ends my rule review presentation unless anyone else has anything else they want to add. Oh.
I'm Richard Zernick. I'm from Local 270, and I'm an almost 25-year city employee, chair, commissioners, chief examiner, and potentially new attorney for the board. This was my second go-around as well. I have to say this flowed a lot better the last time. With the previous chief examiner, it was very drawn out and very difficult to get through. I think we've made substantial changes. I think it is going to be much easier to read. And I encourage all of the employees who fall under this system to indeed read it. And I do second the chair's opinion that hopefully much of management will also read it, because it will make for great appeal material if it is not. So again, thanks to everybody on management, HR, civil service, and all the bargaining units. I think this worked out very well, and I think this was timely and needed. Thank you.
Thanks, Richard.
Anything else?
No action needed today for this. It was just a presentation. I'll be reaching out again to you guys and with plenty of options on meeting and discussing in the next, I think I have like 8. I've saved some meeting rooms in 8 different times, mornings, afternoons, all days of the week. So we'll find some time to do some, one-on-one or two-on-ones, and sort of make it through this before we take a vote in March.
Just one comment for me, Mr. Chair. I just, on behalf of the commissioner, would like to thank Mr. Piccolo. He has seen us through some bumpy times, some smooth times. He's kept us on task, particularly in executive session. You're getting close to a line there, Craig. You might want to back up just a little bit. Mrs. Harrington, talk to Mike about keeping me in line. It would be good for you to know how to do that. But Mike, thank you for everything you've done for us. And sitting up here with this commission, I've been on the commission longer than any of the others. And I remember when I was brand new and I had a lot to learn and still a lot to learn. But your guidance through the process was invaluable.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm pleased to have Margaret Harrington take over my staff attorney position for the commission. Margaret comes to us earlier with the prosecutor's office, where she did prosecution and appellate work, and then she came to the civil division. It's been how many years now?
A little over 10.
10 years. So she's been with our office for quite a while, and she did serve in this capacity back when I was interim city attorney about 6 years ago. So she's not completely new to the commission, but I keep telling her this is a great client, great leadership with Kelsey, and a great commission to work with.
Congratulations, Mr. Piccolo.
Thank you.
Not sure what's coming.
Be careful what you ask for. That's your famous words. Yes.
All right, agenda item 5, other business?
I would just wanted to reiterate, we're sad to see you go, Mike. I'm sad to see you go. And Margaret, we're thrilled to have you.
Thank you.
If there's no other business, Mr. Chair, I would motion adjournment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.